I wanted to come on now while I still had some sort of eyesight left in me, and it wasn't too late. That's why I've kind of come on a little bit early, but I'll definitely be off by 7 because then we have, I think, Shadows of the Moon is live at 7, so I'll be heading over there. I'll be heading over to Shadows of the Moon at 7. So I figured while there was still some light, and since I had... Hello, Mr. Cat. I think it is 7, isn't it? Shadows of the Moon. Hi, Leah. Shadows of the Moon's live at 7. So that's why I've come on a little bit earlier before my eyes tire. And so I can head to Shadows of the Moon afterwards. I have been asleep. I literally just zonked out because I've had that many tests done today. I've been prodded and poked willy-nilly, mind I add. So yeah, I'm on a little bit earlier. We are still in the A's. Thanks, Misty. Hi, Sophie. What's up, darling? Are you doing? Are you doing tea? Quite nice. Yeah. Good. Just ginger ninja. Yeah. So I'll be heading over to Shadows of the Moon at 7. So while we've got some time to kill, I'm uploading earlier, Sophie, because I've been prodded and poked and God knows where else today. So I'm definitely feeling drained and I've definitely been asleep. So we are still on A and we are at the Aloja. The Aloja. It's a Catalan tradition in Spain. And they're actually fairies. They are elemental fairies. They're Aloja. That's no problem, Sophie. Who guard the fate of human beings. They oversee the process of birth. Same, Mr. Cat. I'm terrible. Same. They oversee the process of birth and are responsible for the provision of plenty. They are similar in nature to the fates, and the fates are a different kind of fairy. They are called the Moire in elemental beings, but again, they are a type of fae. The Alfin. This heraldic beast looks like a tiger. It derives from an Arabic chess piece, the equivalent of the European knight of the chessboard. The Arabic name for this piece is al-fil, and it is usually depicted as an elephant. However, it is also seen as an Arabic mythical elemental beast, which is interesting. Are you going to put me on chest, or are you going to put me on the chessboard, or are you going to actually class me as an elemental? Very odd. Different, I guess. Then we are at the Alzvid, and also this is also called the Alzwider or Alzwider. The name of one of the two great horses, the other was Arvak, that pull the chariot of the sun in Norse mythology. Alzvid means all swift. The gods are said to have fixed a pair of bellows beneath the shoulders of the horse to cool it down because it was so hot. Altamaraha ha. Altamaraha ha. This water monster inhabits the Altamaha River and the marshes around Darien, Georgia, USA. The creature has not been sighted since the early 1960s, but it is said to be 10 to 40 foot long, with a body 1 to 2 foot wide. It resembles a giant eel, although it is much bigger than the largest ever recorded eel. Thanks, Sophie. That's nice. I know I send people to sleep me. I'm good at that. The Ayong. This is the Ayong, the Korean myth. This is from Korea. And it was the first queen of this is Sihili, which is something in their tradition. It was something to do with the elders, I do believe, if I remember rightly. And it was one particular small village that claimed it to be some sort of cross between a chicken and a dragon. And it was an exceptional looking beast, quite bizarre. It had the chicken sort of claws. It had the chicken's neck. It had almost a beak, but still had the sharp teeth of the dragon, the tongue of a dragon, the wings of a dragon, and the tail of a dragon. Amorak. Amorok. Or Amorak. Amerok. It depends. Amorok is what I would call it, is a giant wolf in the mythology and folklore of the Inuit people of the United States and Canada. Its name, give up, Dougal. Stop it. Its name is curiously similar to that of Ragnarok, the Norse name for the day of doom, when the whole world will be swallowed by the giant wolf Finra. This Amrok is said to be responsible for the deaths of many humans on the lonely Arctic tundra. Ooh. The Amphibiri. The Amphibiri. Interesting name. Another of a strange creature that was reported. 16th century travellers reported this beast. It was said to inhabit the seas around the West African coast, especially, I do believe, the Congo Delta, it would be called. I know, that's why we called him Dougal though, Sophie, because he reminds me of that idiot. Honestly, it is so silly. It was described as having the body of an enormous fish with the head of a pig or ox. It had human hands instead of fins, and a round flat tail like a beaver. Though considered a delicacy by local fishermen, it was extremely difficult to catch due to its size. I would imagine so, right, guys? I would imagine that would be the case. Father Ted. Father Ted's awesome, isn't he? I miss watching that, you know. You have to watch them on Gold, don't you? And stuff like that. Now, there's a few names for this one. It really does depend. We can have it as the Amamite, Amamit, Amit, Amut. It just depends. It is a giant flesh-eating monster from Egyptian mythology. Yeah, box sets. Feck. Ass. Feck. And apparently was responsible for consuming the hearts of souls condemned for earthly crimes and misendeavours. Its name can be translated to corpse eater. Hi, Shaz. I hope you're alright. Bone eater, or simply devourer. The Amamite is described as being part hippopotamus, part lion, and part crocodile. It's often depicted as accompanying the god Osiris, or as a guardian to the gateway of temples. Oh, we're ready for this one? Oh gosh. Here we go, guys. This is one. Angus Kaskomataka. Angus Kaskomataka. This is the name of the Crow Mother of the Hopi Indians of the North American Southwest. She has a sharp beak and two warrior sons. called Who, and one's called... It doesn't say what the other one's name is. That's interesting. It just said one called Who. Anyway, they've got bulls, horns, and nails. They're represented as a purificatory sort of dancers. It's, I guess, like when they do tribal dancing and such, this is when they would be seen. They would be seen in those type of trances in places that you would expect them to be in a trance and celebrating. I don't know, you have to wait. I'm a bit busy at the moment, darling, sorry. I'm not sure what you've done with that. The Amikuk. The Amikuk is a monster reported by the Inuit people of the Bering Strait and Alaska, described as a huge, heavy creature with a moist and slimy skin. The I'm just making sure I'm not missing nobody. The Amikuk lives in the sea, but is also capable of burying under the earth to emerge in inland lakes. Instead of legs, it has 4 unnatural long human arms and hands, which it uses to walk upon and to capture its prey. It hunts mostly fishermen and people foolish enough to bathe in the sea. Obviously, even sort of consume large amounts of fish. It doesn't mind you fishing for normal amounts, but if you overfish, you will be attacked by it. It will eat you whole. It will devour you whole, apparently. Then we have the Amut, the goddess of the underworld in Egyptian mythology, and her name means devourer of the dead. She's described as consuming the hearts of those who have led evil lives upon earth. Amut is often shown in the Hall of Two Truths, where the hearts of dead people are weighed against a feather to discover whether they have done good or evil. The head of Amut is that of a crocodile. Her front legs and torso is a lion or a leopard, and her back legs are those of a hippopotamus. So when you see Anubis on the Egyptian paintings, and we all know who Anubis is, you will see this other figure, the Ammut, at the side of Anubis, and that is what she's there for. She's the same sort of representation as Anubis would be, the weighing of the hearts in Egyptian times, of course. Amphibiri. The Amphibiri. That's a weird name again. Yeah, Egypt's interested. If you actually study Egyptian magic, which I've studied Egyptian magic and the old Egyptian ways, they were actually more into bestiality. It wasn't really about work at first, it was about bestiality with animals. They had a thing for animals. And then slowly it got into the whole worshipping the sun and things like that. But at first, that's not what it was about. It was much more dark. This is one of the many strange creatures found in European heraldry. The Amphibiri also seems to have been known sort of more wildly than others. Certainly anyone bearing this device on their shield was considered to be extremely dangerous and best avoided, so it was put on shields in battle, especially for battle. In its heraldic form, the Amphithean is shown with the body of a winged serpent, razor-sharp claws, and a fanged mouth. Yeah, Sophia, do you know what, right? When I get some time to sort it out, I'll show you by sending you some parts of books so you can see what I mean. This is the Amphisbaca, the classical Greek writer, Lucan. Some people called him Lucian, it was Lucan, who described this as a winged reptile with an extra head, On the end of its long tail, it had an extra head. At the end of its long tail, that is the most bizarre thing. He mentions this creature first in his book, which is called Farsalia. The creature's name means to go both ways. It became to be a favourite device of the caterpillars and the embellishers of the medieval beasteries, shall we say, who often showed this creature in margins of the books. It's generally shown with a tail curved above its back, grasping its extra head in its jaws of its normal mouth. In this position, it was able to travel by rolling along the ground like a wheel, which again, it kind of reminds us of the mythological Norse dragon. This is the Amphithean, or it is also called the Amphibian. Hi, shrimp. So it's a variant of the, here we go, cockatrice. It's a variant of the cockatrice, often found in heraldry. Unlike the ordinary cockatrice, it had an extra additional head. Again, we have these creatures and they all seem to have various heads here, there and everywhere. And it was at the end of the tail. Its glance could turn anyone into stone, just like Medusa. Ooh. Then we have the Mun. This is one of the primal creature gods of Egyptian mythology. Amun is sometimes portrayed as a goose, and he is also associated with the ram, which is regarded as a sacred animal and is a reflection of Amun's role as a fertility god. He's also sometimes seen as a snake. And it will form in a particular way so that they can tell him apart from the other gods, which is interesting. But he was definitely only in Egyptian. You can encounter this particular god, though, in many different forms. And he's also known as he who has completed his time. So that's sort of the other meaning to what he's called. You know, sometimes I don't get them right anyway, Mr. Cat. Sometimes people correct me and that's fine. I can only say them like how I can say them, but not how others can. So I guess it's one of those things. So then we have the Acalapos Akalopos. The antelope-like creature was reportedly found near Euphrates River, Mesopotamia. It could only be captured by being lured into a thicket where its horns would become entangled. A magnificent statue of the beast, answering this description, was found during the excavation of the ancient Chaldean city. Didn't know that. Interesting. Right, what's next? Oh gosh, here we go. This is the Anamtaboga. It's a great dragon in myths and legends. Usually you'll find it in Indonesia. It rules over the kingdom of the dead with its wife, the Devi, and the Devi is called Nahahine. That's its wife's name. They both rule, but that's Indonesian law, so obviously it's very, very different. I love dragons. I've got a thing on my channel all about dragons, so for the different colours and what they mean and what they're all about. So then we have the Anansi. The spider god, the trickster of West African folklore and mythology, originally a creator god. Anansi has become most widely known as the crafty and cunning trickster who uses his wits to dupe other animals and humans. Early tales describes him stealing, very much stealing the sun and playing jokes on everyone. Stories are told of him along the Gold Coast, the Ivory Coast, also in Syria, Leo, um, also in the Caribbean. So it's pretty worldwide upon that side anyway. He's also known everywhere in the West Indies and other parts of the New World, and is probably one of the most popular folklore characters among the African American populations of America. He has many names among the Hausa. He's called Gizo, while in other places they would call him Kivolka. He's also known as Anonsa. So it depends which part the tribe do come from, of course, to what they call him. This trickster god reminds me of Loki, the trickster god. Yeah, dragons are beautiful, Mr. Cat. There's nothing wrong with collecting dragons. I have a few dragons, but I don't have a lot. I just have what I kind of need on my altar, to be fair. But even some of these, I've had to decode them before I read them because they were actually in code. So yeah. The Anascalades, the Anascalades. No problem, Cass. I'm not going to be on for a long time anyway. It's just I'm just reading the elemental beings. I hope he's all right. Sending love and light, of course. I'll be heading over to Shadows of the Moon at 7 o'clock. So the Anascalades, a monstrous donkey occurring in the folklore of Crete. Originally, this creature was represented as a normal-sized donkey found wandering the countryside. Anyone foolish enough to attempt to ride the why is that called Anascalades? It's a bit different there than it is a bit above. Found themselves in great trouble. Once it grew to the size of a mountain, and it would fling them off. In more recent times, it's said to present itself as a bobbin or cotton reel lying in the road. If this is picked up, it then assumes the form of a giant donkey. So don't, whatever you do, never pick a cotton reel up or anything from the floor, yeah? Bad idea, because it's going to turn into a giant donkey. Just so we're aware, guys. Don't do it. The Akai. The Akai is also known as the Anai or the alien gods. This is the alien gods of the Navajo Indians of Southwest North America. They were of a monstrous and titanic nature. They included the headless Telgith, the feather-backed Tucson and the Binye Ahane. Binye Ahane, twins without legs and arms, who killed with their eyes. Wow. Apparently they sort of came in the time like a poverty and famine and cold. So you would see these as like the skinwalkers, or shall we say the Wendigos. I'll say it like that. The Wendigos. This is what they were kind of like. They would come in cold and famine and disease. And they would definitely bring evil upon humanity. But it does sound a lot like a sort of skinwalker type being, doesn't it, really, when you think about it? Androsophinke. The Androsophinke. This is the proper name for a sphinx, by the way. That's all it is. In Egyptian mythology, the sphinx was originally the Androsophinke. The endless sphinx was a guardian of the cosmos, an important symbolic aspect of the astrological beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, only referred to as the Androsphinx or the Androphinski. It is also being called the Androsphinton when depicted with a human head. It's also known as the Huremaskle. It was translated to the horns of the horizon to signify all the astrological planets and their alignment. Until Dawn was a very brilliant game, and I call them Wendigos because they don't want to say their name. The Andorra. This is an alternative name for the Ogu, a lake monster from Indian folklore and South American Indian traditions. That's what that is. There's many elemental beings. Like there are so many to get through. It's unreal. Then we come to the Anaiwai. The Anaiwai. This was a huge, fearsome creature resembling a giant skunk. Found in the folklore of the Ojibwe people of United States, and it was armed with the characteristics pungent spray of a normal sized, obviously skunk, but this was 10 times sort of worse. It was able to understand and communicate with human beings. Of course, it hunts human prey, and it would spray them with this to get rid of them or make them run. It liked the chase. It wanted to chase them and eat them. Nom, nom, nom. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, let's carry on. The Anjana, one of the sacred white elephants of Hindu mythology of India. It was also known, I believe, as and I don't know if I can pronounce this, but the Samanasru, something like that, in the guardian of the western quadrant of the world with another god standing at the back. So that's all about Hindu mythology. Hindu mythology is very interesting as well. The whole all nom 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 thing. Yeah. Oh dear. Then we have the Aying Ayak. The Aying Ayak. This is the name of a giant werewolf. This is the folklore of the people of Java, like in its Western counterpart. It's considered a human being whose evil nature transforms it into the shape of a great wolf with the taste for human flesh. So basically, it is a giant werewolf. That's where it is. Also, when we look at normal ants, by the way, they are actually considered quite sacred in Chinese law. I think in a few other laws too, maybe in Hindu, they are actually ants are classed as being part of the Fey people, the Fey realm. It just depends which tradition you are looking at and which part of the border as well. It tends to change, but ants in general, they actually can be seen as being quite special, sacred, and part of the Fey realm, which I found quite interesting. Yeah, just go lie down, Cass, honestly. I know how you feel because, like I say, I've been prodded and poked this morning and everything, and I've kind of just like thought to myself, oh, can't be bothered, and I slept, and then I woke up, and now I'm here. The ant lion, Middle Eastern lore, the ant lion as the face and the front body of a lion and the back parts of an ant. It was said to be carnivorous, but it had a vegetarian mother. How interesting. It's also been identified by naturalists as a four-winged insect such as dragonfly, possibly, and was blown out of proportion. So just bear that in mind, that it may have just been a bigger version of what we know as the dragonflies now, but they called it the ant lion. And I think you find that with some as well, when you're going through, you find that some of them, no, you didn't, Sophie, at all. You didn't wake me at all. Akai, according to the Native American people of Oregon in the United States, this creature resembles an otter, but it is of a gigantic size. It was originally a grizzly bear, but having fallen into the clutches of the lake serpent, it's now been transformed into a much more present shape of the otter. And what do you know? Now, there is a whole thing that I want to do on Anubis, and I know we're in A, but I'm not going to do Anubis here. I'm going to do Anubis when I go into all the Egyptian magic and stuff. This is the Ans. Now, it can be Ans as in a Z or Anzi as in the ZE. And it's another name for Zu. And Zu is the cosmic dragon of the Mesopotamian people and the Sumerian Babylonian myth. It goes quite far back. That Mesopotamian times goes far back, and Sumerians, as we know, and Babylonian, but it is a particular dragon in their belief system that was it was very highly regarded and quite important to the cosmic workings of our world, let's say. Then we have the Anzu. The Anzu, it was also from Mesopotamian times, and it was a giant bird, but it was also called the Imdugud. The Imdugud. It had a head of a lion and a saw-like beak. So apparently, it said that it stole the tablet of destinies from A, who was eventually killed by Numirta. Now, I could go into that a little bit more. Again, that there can be seen in Egyptian law. And when I come to the Egyptian law and magic, that's when you'll learn more about those type of beings. Hi, Chaos. I was just saying that I'm only here for a little while because then I'll be heading over to Shadows of the Moon. I've told everybody that's where I'll be after I've done this. So they all knows where I'm going now. I'm sending them all to you. How do The Aoping, the Aoping. This is the fourth of the four great dragons, and it is a dragon king in Chinese mythology. Together they control the rain and the sea. Yeah, that'd be great, Sophie. We shall finish with this weird thing. Aper Caledonius. Aper Caledonius. An alternative name for the simple Caledonian boar, but this was in Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, they saw it as Yeah, trouble and chaos. They saw it as a mythological beast, but it is nothing more than the Caledonian boar that we know of today. And the Greek took it out of concept and thought it was something that it was not. Hmm. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I've been told off already today for my tiring my eyes out too much. As you know, I do a lot of online classes. I do a lot of lessons online and such, so it can really affect my eyes. Hello, Shandy. Hello. No, I'm not like going. I'm not finished. I'm going. I am going by 7. I'll be gone because I'll be going over to Shadows of the Moon. But I'm just stopping this little bit here from the elemental beings because if not, it will seriously do my eyeballs in. I'm not kidding you. I've been told this morning about that because I do all my lessons are done online via video and all the paperwork's done online. So obviously tires my eyes out. You've only missed the elemental beings. We can go into dirty stuff now. I'm kidding. Oh dear. So, guys, what are your thoughts? Yeah, I've got a condition. I forgot what it's called, Mr. Cat, but I've only just been diagnosed with it today. Is it my myopia, something like that, where your eyes can't take too much reading or looking at screens because they get tired? I got something like that. Shanti, that's hilarious. Oh God. Keep that for funny, kiki bitches. Oh, what you like? Honestly, what you like? So yeah, I get my bloods back hopefully tomorrow. They're at Northern General with my specialist, and they prodded and poked me a little bit more today, so I'm not impressed at all. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. Oh God. Yeah, it's something to do. Now, usually when you're born with it, it means like you've got rugby-shaped eyes. But I have, honestly, I've been prodded and poked today, Shaz. I felt like poking their eyeballs out by the time they'd been with me, I swear. I'm thinking, honestly, if I could sit here, right, and prod and poke you the way you've just prodded and poked me, I'm sure you would not be impressed. You know? Yep, get ready. I shall see you there. Don't worry. Thank you, Chaos. Much appreciated. But I'll see you over there anyway. Um, Hi, James. James, at 7, we're heading over to Shadows of the Moon if you want to come over there at 7. You're right. Any attention, do you know, any attention's nice for me, Shanda, because I don't get any. Yes, yeah, that's right. Well, that's it. Well, as you get on computer screens with that condition, they call it myopia. But I think it's that. I'm not 100%. Okay, don't quote me on it. I've been asleep since I've been poked. But yeah, so I've got to be careful now when reading and when using the computer. Yeah, at 7 o'clock we will be, James, if you want to come and join us. Yeah, our Christopher has cast, funnily enough. Yeah, our Christopher's got rugby shaped eyes. I've not got the rugby shapes, but oh, it bloody weren't, Sophie. Oh no, it definitely weren't. It were awful. It were awful. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, no. I've just realised. Oh no, I ain't, never mind. I thought I'd lost my badge. I ain't lost my badge, it's here. I've got a badge and it says witches do it better. That's what it says. It says witches do it better. Because they do. And yes, yeah, yeah. Dunk. Are you not having it, Mr. Cat? See, I've not really been given that choice due to my health conditions. Right, Cass. Well, to be fair, if I'm going to be honest, everything that went downhill with me happened afterwards. Like I were fine. I were fine before I had COVID. I were completely fine before I had COVID. I had COVID in hospital and then everything just went downhill. It's like falling downstairs. So, what does everyone think about the Egyptian mythological creatures then? Does anyone have a theory on those? Do you think that they've been changed and represented differently? I do. I do. Hi. I didn't have a chance. They just dragged me down there, like, jabbed me. Beggars. No, I haven't actually. I've only been on 41 minutes, it says, with some elemental beings, but I've got to do it bit by bit now because I've been told off because they don't want me damaging my eyes. However, I have ordered myself some new Ray-Bans. Hello, guys. I've ordered myself some new Ray-Bans. I'm so excited. Can't wait for them to come with the dull black frames. But yeah, I'm being told to behave until my eyes are feeling a bit better. Thanks, Misty Cat. I'm not all that interested, but I do try. Yeah, that's what I would say, Cass. I'd say Pfizer definitely go for. Do you know why is it when I'm live that I get 10,000 million trillion messages from friends? It's like they just know and they know to message me. But did you though, Shandy? Did you? Or did you just tell her this? I know I have zero makeup on whatsoever. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I realized when I was studying, I was just saying to Sophie, and I will probably bring it up at some point on my channel if I get a chance, like, but I with the Egyptian mythology, it actually started off as quite sick because they were worshipping animals in a bestiality sort of way. It's only as time went by that it actually changed into worshipping the sun god and having these other deities. But at first, it was all about animals, you know. Um, we only want weirdos. I'm a weirdo. I'm definitely one of them. I'm putting my hand up. I've got my hand up. Base, base. I swear, I'm a weirdo. Um, I was a brave girl. Thanks, Sophie, but I really look like crap. I'm not staying on anyway, PJ, because I'm heading over to Shadows of the Moon at 7 o'clock. That's where I'm going. Shadows of the Moon. But yeah, I've got a badge. I'm gonna try and show you it. It's there. It's only a little one. But it says witches do it better. I thought I'd lost it. I wonder why weirdos were mentioned and you appeared. Well, no comment. Oh, do I look shocking today? But it's okay. I've been prodded and poked 10 million times and then fell asleep afterwards. PJ, the prodded and poked me. I wanted to poke their eyeballs out. I swear to God, Rich. You know, if I prodded and poked them the way that they prod and poke at my bloody body, they'd be having a dicky fit. Nice bit of boobish. I bloody do. You want prodded? I can prod and poke, yeah. Can do that. A good poke and a rummage. Oh God, you guys. This turned from elementals to freaking sex chat. What is it with us lot? We've got dirty minds, haven't we? We have so got dirty minds. We need therapy, us. We all need some sort of therapy, I'm telling you. I swear. Look at the state of that. That's my white boxer. I've got my pyjamas on. I've had my pyjamas on a bit, actually. I've already had a bath and that and put my pyjamas on. Took my pyjama top off because I was too warm. Look at him. Snuggled in my legs. I had. Well, you know, no. Yeah, he's a white boxer shrimp. He's looking at me. He don't like being on camera. No, Shaz, they never calm down. I don't know. I almost calm now, but I mean, we got him in 2010. He's 12. No, he's 11. What did James say? I missed it. A good deep pumping and a shot of vitamins. I love boxers, they're awesome. He's 11, but he's more chill than like when they're younger, yeah, I will admit, but they've always got that in them, Shaz. You can't really ever get rid of it, you know? It's just one of those things. I'm pretty sure James's don't contain vitamins. But I love boxers. I have got another boxer, but you probably can't see her because she's in with others. She's a red and white boxer. So we've got Lola, who's a Staffy cross. She was meant to be an American Bulldog. We have Dougal right over the side, who's the American Bulldog, and then in between them, there is a red and white boxer laid, and they will all lay together like that and could look together. They can't help it. It's just how they are. We're a pack. But that face, though. Oh my gosh, that face. Look at the face. Oh, what a cutie. It is. It absolutely is, Jazz. You're right. It's absolutely. Staffers do get a bad name. Do you know my staff is gorgeous? It is. It's definitely. It's a shovel face, isn't it? Let me see if I can show you a closer up because she's laid over there. They all snuggle together. They've trashed my sofa and I've let them, to be fair. My own fault. But we're only branded. When did I buy it? It's not even that old. It's a recliner. It's a leather recliner, and I swear I've let them mash it. I have got another sofa, but it's at the moment it's in my cabin. Yeah, something like that. Shrimp. They kind of they win every time. You know, It doesn't matter how hard I try, they win every time. Every time they get away with it. Yeah, Lola's a staffer. She's so loyal and so loving. She's just amazing. Oh, it's peeing it down. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's the rain. Oh, I got some bags under my eyes today. For lack of sleep. I've been asleep today. I fell asleep today when I came home after being messed with. But I've got some bags today. They never stop. I mean, like I say, he's 11. What? Look at your booty for like that. You got your booty boo. Don't comment. It's like the return of Storm Dennis. Yeah. It's not looking right good. It's very dark as well. You'll cripple me if you get on my knee, you know this. You weigh as much as my washing machine weighs, Como. Does it? Look at that mosh. Look at that mosh. No. What? Trying to slowly climb on my knee, right? But it weighs the same as my washing machine does. If he gets on my knee, guys, I'm dead. I'm crippled. Broken ribs a lot. It's best when he falls to sleep. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Cookies that motion is emotion to it. It's best when he falls to sleep. Weather smells are complicated because, like, I've done them before, and I swear to God, it's gone totally opposite wrong way. They're all lovely dogs. I love them all. Couldn't be with him, but when he goes to sleep and his tongue starts hanging out, that is hilarious. I swear. Because and then when they hang upside down, right? When they're asleep upside down and the mush just drops and it all just hangs out. It's so funny. Sometimes when I do goes like that and his mush is out, I go up to him and I go, ticky ticky as I walk past. And he jumps up like, what? A silly dog. Do you know? No, it's not. Is that dog gets along with any other animal? Oh no, actually, he did eat me hamster by accident when I was younger. But it was in one of them hamster balls. It were a winter white hamster and it was in one of the hamster balls, they run round in. And Acalapos never like is all right with cats, is all right with other dogs, is all right with any sort of animal, I guess, really. But it were rolling round in its hamster ball and it hit the wall and it came out and within like 2 seconds gone. I just heard a crunch. That's all I heard. And when I looked at the hamster ball and it was in two and there were no hamster. I looked at Como and he just licked his lips and I'm pretty sure that's where the hamster went. I mean, I can't. The boys are fine, thank you. Lee is fine. Freddie's darling. What? What? They're all talking about you. Yeah, they are. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I heard a crunch. I'm pretty sure that's where it went. Is it because I'm talking about you when you were naughty? We never thought he were going to grow into his paws because when he were a pup, his paws were absolutely massive. Um, I'm not even going to comment on what Shrimp's put because I daren't, because I'll just get accused of stuff that I hadn't done. Oh yeah, you can definitely cuddle with that boy. You're not getting on my knee, you'll cripple me. Yeah, we used to call him Dino Paws because his paws were absolutely massive and we didn't think he was going to grow into them. But he weighs 45 kilograms. He weighs the same as my washing machine. What are you doing? Oh, we're not going round in circles, are we? Lola's not impressed. He walked Lola up. Yeah, James, it's exactly that, isn't it? It's exactly that. What's up, Lou? Did he wake you up, love? Did he wake you up like a baby girl? Did he? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. 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 She's the one that talks to you. There we have Daisy now. You can see Daisy now. There's a red and white box. Hello, Daisy. Say hello to everybody. Pulls the face away like, no. I love you. Where are you going? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I did. Did you? When? When did you? Who did? Did he really? All right then. I see. Yeah, I had one, but leg dropped off. I did. Yeah. Yeah, I know, love. I know. It's an hard life. I get you. Stop sniffing his bum. Who says? That's Dougal. Don't wind him up. Don't answer me back. Do as you're told, missus. I love you. I love you. She's mouthy. Yes, yes, I know, I know. Well, if you say so, when did you? How many? Get off my knee, you. Get off and put that thing away and get away from me. Get away from me, dirtbag. You don't even want to know. I'm not even going to go into that detail. Yeah, she's the mouthy cow, that one. She answers you back. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. You're so mouthy, it's unreal. You can look at me like that, but you're mouthy, you. She's got a toy now. She throws it up in air for us and keeps us entertained. You're funny. You're funny. Funny dog. Oh, shut up, Gobby. Can you hear her? She's got an old cloth and she's throwing it up in air. And chasing a tail. One thing she likes to do. Don't you, love? You like to chase your tail? Don't you? Yeah. Lola Bunny! Lola Bunny! Yeah, James. What's it? What's up? What's up, little girl? Look. She's nicked a dishcloth off its side that I've not used yet. It's brand new. She's stolen it. Little thief. Right, I'm going to get off, guys, now. I'm going to sort them out. I'm going to try and attempt to take that off. And just throw it in the bin, because now it's no good. Are you quite pleased with yourself for stealing that, are you? You look it. You look quite pleased with yourself. Yeah, quite pleased with herself, I'd say. Because she stole it without me seeing. Anyway, guys, I'm heading over now to Shadows of the Moon. Hopefully I shall see you all there. Love and light and many blessings.